What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN USD. It is the 5th day of February, and here we are at about half a cent with roughly 7 hours, 15 minutes left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Let's get into it. This is my first video that I will have made since I established that I do believe Bitcoin's in a bear market. I do believe that. And I'm making this video today because while I do think Bitcoin's in a bear market, I don't know if I believe that OnyxCoin is in dire jeopardy right now. I'm definitely open to the idea that we see a lower price than this at some point. I'm curious if first we move and we get a lower high, or if we get a higher high first and then we sell off. Something like that might happen. Is this the bear market low? We've been selling off for over a year, or about a year at that point. Is that the bear market low? And from here, do we just kind of like configure? Maybe we go through like an accumulative phase or some kind of weird phase, and then we pump later. I don't know how it's going to look. Is it more boring than that, as we've seen before? These kind of questions come to mind. But at this current point, with Bitcoin being in a bear market, and with the fact that you've already been selling off for over a year, if OnyxCoin does go below this low, I don't expect it to be dramatic. I do expect that we will see a slightly lower low, but likely we will recover at some point. I haven't sold any OnyxCoin. I don't plan on selling any at this point in time. I think I'd be more open to it if and when we get to this 2-cent area. And I wouldn't sell all my OnyxCoins. I would just sell some, maybe just for a principal alone to take off the initial investments and stuff like that and let the house money ride, right? And then just keep the rest staked or something like that. And at this point, we get to this point here, that's just below a 10x from where the original investment in OnyxCoin was all those, I say all those years ago, like 2 years ago. I really do believe we could still see this. And I do believe that this could happen because OnyxCoin, even in the midst of this drop, it's still actually outperforming Bitcoin. Yes, it is. From the 21st of November, from the low there to where we are now, OnyxCoin's up 7%. From the 21st of November to where we are now, Bitcoin actually dropped 17%, and right now currently is down about 16% from that low. OnyxCoin has actually held better conditions. You've actually, if you've DCA'd into OnyxCoin, even with this drop, you've actually probably done better than Bitcoin over the past couple of months. There's no selling pressure. We've got a big day today, 8.5%. It was like at 10% at the low. Where's the volume? There's no volume. There's no selling pressure. All the people who've wanted to sell, they've sold already. They've had their opportunity. What, they bought here and they held all the way through and they're going to sell now? Probably not. What, they bought here and they didn't sell here and now they're going to sell back where they bought? Maybe. Maybe. I doubt the guys that bought here, this big spike, I doubt that they're going to sell here. The ones that actually push the market around. So the people that took a chance here with small retail money, this insignificant volume down here, if they sell here, it's probably not going to matter. But probably not. If anything, they're probably going to buy more, right? We're in a buying kind of zone for OnyxCoin. And again, there's just no selling pressure. It's not that there's no selling pressure, right? We're moving down because there is selling pressure, but the volume just doesn't represent it, in my opinion. It doesn't represent it fairly or appropriately. So I think that, again, as it was back here, we will see a very easy time moving higher. What took a month or two to move down will take a day or two to eviscerate, right? Like that's how it is. I'm curious to see what happens next because there's a couple of paths forward that we can take, right? First and foremost, we're below the golden ratio. We found support at the 786 and we've come back down. I would assume from here, being at 00496, OnyxCoin could have found its low here, but it also could go to 0047. And if we don't hold 0047, if we close below there, then we are probably in trouble. But as long as we hold that, I don't have any problems with it. And I don't imagine that we will, because just imagine that we break down here. Bitcoin's at a low point. I think Bitcoin's about to bounce. I can't imagine that Bitcoin bounces and recovers here and OnyxCoin makes a drop like that. So at least some type of recovery. If we were to go up to the golden ratio and we find resistance, we come back down here, that's bad. If we go back above to the 382 or the 236, we can't get up there, and then we close back below the golden ratio, that's bad. There are these possibilities. But with the lack of volume, and with the environment that I think we're about to be in, which will generally actually be bullish probably over the coming weeks. Again, I think February and March will actually be very bullish months. I think people are about to be surprised by that. I fully expect that we could see a higher high here. And if we do see a higher high with OnyxCoin, imagine it's from this low. If it's at a lower low, notice how it says 1.7 cents. I move it lower, it goes up. So if there is a lower low, these targets will only be shifted to the upside. So I'm being conservative with these estimates. But we should see a 1.7 to 2.4 cent price for OnyxCoin either by the end of Q1 or sometime maybe in early Q2, April or May. The times have shifted a little bit. The price action has not gone according to plan, so the time action will also shift accordingly, right? So something here. Unfortunately, I don't think that we're going to see prices above these highs in 2026. I mean, it's possible. It is possible. It could happen. But the game plan, and I meant this yesterday whenever I made this post. No, I don't expect any. I said the word any. I didn't say, no, I don't expect all. No, I don't expect most. No, I don't expect some. I said any. Because my whole thesis on the market has been that we're in a bull market. We're not. I've been wrong. So I'm taking that as a foundational form of structural failure in my thoughts, in my analysis, in the way that I've looked at the markets. Therefore, all predictions are off the table. Okay, that's sad. That's unfortunate, but it's the fact. OnyxCoin to $1, OnyxCoin to $2. I still believe it will happen, just not in 2026, unfortunately. Might be 2028 or 2027. That whole time we can be stacking and staking and getting rewards. I do think that, again, the benefit here for OnyxCoin is that we've already been selling off for a year. The benefit there, too, is that we're also outperforming Bitcoin over the past couple of months. I think that there really is a chance that we could see a higher high here. And at that point, if and when we see a higher high, if we do get up to 1.9 to 3.7 cents, somewhere up in this area, most likely somewhere in this area, I think this would be a more than appropriate moment for anybody and everybody to offload OnyxCoin if that's what they want to do, if they want to get off the wagon. I don't plan on offloading. I might sell some OnyxCoin here. Again, just take the principal off, leave the house money riding, let the rest stake, and of course look to DCA as it goes down. But at this point in time, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point in this year of 2026 we did see a lower low. It's possible that this is the low. It's been about a year. It's completely possible. I wouldn't be surprised. So with that, this next move here, wherever it is, we're going to be looking for the signs and we're going to be looking to take profits. And maybe not everybody's going to be taking profits. But again, if you got in whenever I got in or any time after, we will be taking profits. And if you're taking losses, unfortunately, that's part of the game too. That is part of the game too. There's nothing wrong with hodling OnyxCoin. There's nothing wrong with it. If you stake, you're going to get some of those rewards. That will diminish the negative effects of the bear market. And I do believe, again, that we will see higher prices. I do believe that 10 cents and 22 cents will happen. I do believe that prices above that will happen as well. It's just not happening in the time frame that I had originally established, unfortunately. But it is what it is. We can cry about it, or we can kick off the dust and get back up and get on that horse and try harder, try again. We'll be looking for other opportunities. Understand, guys, if Bitcoin, OnyxCoin, altcoins, if we're not in a bull market until late 2027 or it's 2028, if it takes years, if it's not until the end of this year that we find the bear market low, there's still opportunities all across the board, both in crypto and outside of crypto, where we can make money, where we can make investments, where we can make plans. Things are different now. In bull market C-Zar is buy and wait. Buy and wait. Buy the highs, buy the lows, whatever. Try to buy the dips if you can and wait and be patient and just keep stacking. bear market C-Zar is a little bit more strategic and more cash greedy. You got to be cash greedy. You have to build a stack of cash in the bear market conditions and wait. I really do think that from here, if we all start stacking cash and focus more on stacking cash rather than stacking altcoins or bitcoins, I think that in a few months' time, maybe like 6 months' time, that you will have a tremendous opportunity to make the most of those efforts, whatever that's worth. I don't know, man. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. I'm just rambling. All I'm trying to say is that I don't believe we're going to go below this low right now. I do believe that we will see some recovery whenever Bitcoin recovers, which it should be recovering pretty soon. I think we do recover from this exact low right here. I think we're there. And I do expect that we will see a higher high with OnyxCoin. I personally really do. But do we get above these highs? Do we get above these highs? I don't know. I'm not confident in that at this point. So we'll just see how it goes. I'll do some more analysis tomorrow. I just kind of had to give you the spiel today because, again, this is the first video I've made since my market dynamics have changed entirely. 4-hour MACD is bullish divergence. It's kind of nice, actually. The daily time frame has bullish divergence on the MACD and the stochastics and the RSIs at the same point that we've found numerous amounts of support at this oversold area. I mean, to me, it's abundantly clear that we are more, and then, of course, dropping off. We're dropping with less and less volume as it goes. It's so pathetic. It seems abundantly clear to me that we would at least see a snap that would take us back to around 1 cent or 0.008, if not likely higher than that. But we'll see. Time will tell. It depends. It depends on a few different things, but we'll see. For now, to make it clear in this incoherent video of clarity, high to low, my expectation is something here. Probably either by the month of February, by the end of this month of February, or sometime in March. That's my expectation. There is a chance that we could go even a little bit higher, maybe. You know, it depends on how it all happens. But I don't think that after we make this next move, I don't think that we'll get above 3 cents or see prices above 3 cents for too long, if we do. But I do believe we'll get above 2 cents. I think 1.7 to 2.4 cents is something we can rely on, that we can depend on, that we can hope for and expect to happen, again, probably within the next month to 2 month period. If not, maybe in April, but we'll see. Take care. I'll see you on the next one. Hit that like button, subscribe. I don't believe what we're going to see is this, right? How that happened. I don't believe that we're just going to see that. I actually believe it would be, there's going to be a little stair stepping, and then once we get up to this point, that's whenever we will get that breakout move. But we'll see. Take care. Bye bye. See you later.